Peace. What's good, guys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Let's talk about and discuss Impact Wrestling for October the 13th, 2022. This was the Fallout show of Bound for Glory. This was an okay show. There were some questionable things that took place, though. We'll talk about the whole mass exodus of Impact. We'll talk about that as well. So I'm going to do a quick review, and then we'll talk about that. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. Let's go ahead and get started. We kick the show off with Josh Alexander. So he gets on the mic. He says that the war that him and Eddie had is now over. He called out Bully Ray. Alexander questions why Bully didn't call a shot following the conclusion of the main event. And then Bully says he stabbed a bunch of people in the back. He named Sting, Hulk Hogan, Dixie Carter, Brooke, and the fans, and even his own brother back in Impact history. Then he wants to do things the right way. Alexander says he doesn't trust him for 1 second. Bully says that he wants to change his reputation. Bully says he's going to call a shot honorably. Out of nowhere, Steve Maclin comes out. He interrupts. So this is some WWE type shit. Old school WWE, the Vince McMahon era of things. Maclin says he doesn't trust Bully either and wonders how he politics his way into the Call Your Shot gauntlet. He comes out. He calls Bully a scumbag, saying that he modeled his career after him for the last couple of years. Then Bobby Fish comes out, the hometown hero, and he challenges Josh Alexander to a match for the Impact World Championship. Josh accepts. So it's the main event. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You know, I feel bad for all parties involved. You know, I feel like Maclin should have been the one in this position. He should have won the Call Your Shot gauntlet and not Bully. And when we get to the main event, you'll see why I say that Maclin should be in this position. You know, I think it's bullshit what they're doing. It's too much fucking nostalgia. You know. Moving on, Gia Miller, she interviews the Machine Guns. Chris Taven, he says that the only reason they lost was because the Kingdom cheated. Shelley, he reveals that they were about to go to Scott D'Amour's office and demand another title opportunity. Out of nowhere, Rhino and Heath Slater, or Heath, they're walking out of his office, and they said that they're going to be the next ones in line to receive an opportunity to get revenge on Honor No More. So I'm fine with that, I guess. You know, it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure Heath and Rhino will win anyway. First match of the night, Tasha Steelz versus Killer Kelly with Savannah Evans by the side of Tasha Steelz. In an LDQ match, Killer Kelly, she wins. She locked in the Killer Clutch for the win. So I'm fine with this. There was no weapons involved except for a steel chair and the chain that they used for Victory Road. I'm fine with it. I was questioning, like, why the fuck didn't Savannah get involved? I don't understand why she just sat there and didn't really, you know, cause any distraction or anything. Even though it wasn't LDQ, she still should have gotten involved, though. That would have been better. I have no idea why. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Johnny Swinger, he's talking to, what's his name? Ziggy Dice. Talking to him, and then he's confronted by Dirty Dango. So then a crazy brawl ensues between Sami Callihan and a couple of the yellow hooded followers by Violent by Design. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, it's stupid. Like, these guys are just, you know, worthless jobbers. Like, it makes no sense. This isn't going anywhere. This is a complete waste of time. It really is. So Scott D'Amore, he's backstage. He's talking to Josh, saying that Josh needs to keep his head on a swivel, and that Bully will only do what's best for him. So he wants Josh to, keep his head on straight, which kind of makes sense. Next, we had second match of the night, a six-man tag. Oh no, a six-man elimination battle royal match, whatever it was. It was a six-man. Black Taurus, Trey Miguel, Laredo Kid, Alex Zane, Yuya Uemura, and Kenny King. So Trey Miguel wins. So that was pretty cool. I'm glad. That was great. So Mike Bailey, he congratulates Kazarian on defeating him for the Activision Championship at Bound for Glory. Trey Miguel, he steps in, shakes both their hands, and he said he just won the six-way moments ago, and he has his sight set on the gold. And Frankie dips out. I'm just like, what the hell? Next, we had a six-woman tag match, or a six knockout tag match featuring Death Dolls, which is Taya Valkyrie, Jessica, and Rosemary versus Gianna Purrazzo, Chelsea Green, and Giselle Shaw. Who gives a fuck? Rosemary wins via the knee strike. Whoop-de-damn-do. So Tommy Dreamer, he's backstage. He tells Bully not to make him look like he doesn't want to. My bad. So Tommy tells Bully not to make him look like a fool for bringing him back to Impact. Longtime friends, they decide to team up. So who cares? What the fuck? This isn't the 90s. Like, it makes no sense. I have no idea why they're doing this. This is so stupid. And they ended up being challenged later on in the show by Bullet Club, featuring Ace Austin and Chris Bay, who just signed a new deal. I think he signed for like a 3-year deal. So hopefully they give him a push. I hope. He deserves it. He needs it. Seriously. And fuck Juice Robinson, because he was in this too. He was in the video as well. Fuck him. Moving on and more. So they vow to carry on their message in the absence of Eddie Edwards, who wasn't on this show at all. And then the Kingdom, they declare victory in their Impact World Tag Team match next week against Rhino and Heath. Matt Cardona versus Pagender. Cardona wins via the radio silence. So Brian Myers, he comes out and he distracts Pagender. So, who gives a shit? So the major players, they reunite after the match. Okay, I guess that'll be okay for the tag division, I guess. Still, Brian Myers is still a piece of shit, though. I don't like Brian Myers. I really don't. Jordan Grace. So we are showing a replay of what happened at Bound for Glory involving Jordan Grace and Masha Slamovich. So Gia Miller, she interviews Mickie James. So Mickie kept her career alive by defeating Mia Yim at Bound for Glory. James praises Mia for her performance. She's interrupted by Vex and Giselle Shaw. So Deonna tells Mickie that she should be praising the winners like them instead of losers like Mia Yim. And then Mickie James challenges one of them to stand up and face her in the last radio, but Purrazzo says they have a Knockouts World Tag Team match to prepare for. So there's that. It seems like Deonna is kind of on her way out. Same thing with Chelsea Green, but like I said, we'll talk about that towards the end. Then the whole Bullet Club, Ace Austin, they accept Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray's open challenge. So there was that. Who gives a shit? Then the main event, Josh Alexander versus Bobby Fish for the Impact World Championship. In an okay match, Josh retains via the C4 spike. Post-match, the dumbest shit happens. So it's like 2 minutes before the show goes off the air. So we hear Frankie Kazarian. His music hits. he confronts Josh Alexander. Kazarian announces that he's going to exercise option C. So he's going to give up the X Division Championship to face Josh Alexander. What the fuck? What in the actual fuck? Really? Oh my god. Oh my god. And I thought Alexander and Bully Ray is going to be bad. We ain't seen nothing yet. I just don't get it, you know. So the two of them, they stare each other down, and that was the show. So let's talk about Impact. So they lost the Kingdom, and they lost the Kingdom. So they lost Maria, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven. They are now in AEW. They were at the Rampage tapings this past Wednesday. Also, Mia Yim's not going to re-sign with Impact, I don't think. So I don't know. Honor No More is officially done. I would assume so. Honor No More is officially done. Now, this is going around the rumor mill. I've been hearing that for whatever reason, Triple H, I don't know if he's sniffing Tony Khan's cocaine stash, or he's got his own stash of cocaine, or whatever the fuck he's doing. But clearly he's not thinking, because there are reports saying that higher ups in WWE are interested in Chelsea Green. And I'm like, what the fuck? For what? For what? As injury prone as she is, she's better off staying where she's at. Let her stay in Impact, and I mean, let her do stuff with Impact and NWA and GCW. That's where she needs to be at. We do not need to have her in WWE. It doesn't need to happen. I think Mia Yim probably will re-sign with WWE, so that probably will happen as well. Impact, man, they're in a bad state right now. They're in a really bad state. They've lost probably, I want to say, just this year alone, probably about 14 talents have left the company. About 14. That's a lot, you know. I'd probably even say about 16 probably have left. So it's a lot of people that have left just in the 10 months alone for Impact this year. And they've not had a really good 2022. A lot of, decent talent have left. And it's not looking good for Impact. It really isn't. And just bringing in this whole nostalgia shit, like Frankie Kazarian and Bully Ray, bringing back Tommy Dreamer and Rhino and all that jazz, that ain't gonna cut it, man. That ain't gonna cut it. Scott D'Amore, it's time for him to go. He can't book anymore. He cannot book. He's got to go. They need new bookers. They need to get off Axstv. Axstv just needs to get rid of Impact. Impact needs to be up under new management. This is another Ring of Honor / Sinclair situation waiting to happen. It's been proven that Impact was better when they were on Pop TV, and I think that that's what they should have stuck with. And I think they would have been better off, because Access is just completely destroyed Impact. Impact has no identity. Nothing matters on the show. They refuse to build new stars. I think Vincent is no longer there as well. PCO, he's on his way out. He should be by the end of the month. I think he's up. His contract's up in a couple of weeks. I doubt if he'll re-sign. I don't know where he'll end up. I don't know if WWE has any interest in him, or AEW. He probably will do something on the Indies, like what Willie Mack is doing, or maybe show up at GCW or something like that. I don't see him going to any of the other major two companies. I just don't see that. Vincent, it was reported that he was backstage at Monday Night Raw for whatever reason. He was back there, so there could be something in that. I could see Vincent, being on Raw, having a pretty cool little character. So, but man, Impact, They're not doing good right now. I like them, but they've got to get better, man. They really have got to get better. But Impact's going to have to really make some serious changes going forward. And they're already starting off 2023 bad by having Hard to Kill on a Friday. That makes zero sense. It's so stupid. That right there has to stop. Having Friday pay-per-views and Impact Plus events, that needs to stop. They need to do that on Saturdays or Sundays. So now, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Oh my